The past is a strange thing. It exists only in memory, yet it has the power to shape our emotions, decisions, and identity. Many people live as prisoners of their past, haunted by regret, consumed by resentment, or shackled by old failures. But the Stoics understood a profound truth. The past is unchangeable, yet its grip on us is entirely within our control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others, unless it is with a view to some mutual benefit." In other words, dwelling on the past is one of the most dangerous wastes of life. If you want true freedom, you must learn how to let go of the past without letting go of its lessons. Here are 5 Stoic steps to making peace with your past and moving forward with strength. 1. Accept that the past is fixed. Only your perception of it can change. The first and most important step is radical acceptance. You cannot change what has happened, no matter how much you wish you could. But what you can change is how you interpret it. Epictetus reminds us, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." Your suffering does not come from the past itself. It comes from your attachment to a certain narrative about it. Why this works? Fighting the past is like fighting the wind. It is an unwinnable battle. Once you accept that the past is unchangeable, you can focus on what is changeable, your present and future. Shifting your perception turns pain into wisdom rather than regret. How to apply it? Anytime you catch yourself wishing something had been different, remind yourself, it happened. It cannot be undone, but I can decide what it means. Reframe painful memories as lessons. Instead of "I failed," say "I learned." Practice radical acceptance. The past does not need your permission to exist, but you do not need to let it define you. A Stoic reminder: you cannot rewrite the past, but you can rewrite your relationship with it. 2. Stop letting the past dictate your present identity. One of the greatest mistakes people make is defining themselves by their past mistakes, failures, or traumas. They carry their past like a heavy burden, believing it is who they are rather than something they experienced. Seneca wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Your past is not your identity. It is simply a chapter in your story. Why this works? If you define yourself by your past, you stay trapped in it. True freedom comes when you realize that you are not your history. You are your habits, choices, and mindset today. Detaching from the past gives you the space to redefine yourself. How to apply it? When you catch yourself saying, "I am this way because of my past," stop. Instead, say, "I choose to be this way now." Shift from identity-based thinking to action-based thinking. Instead of "I'm a failure," say, "I failed, but I can succeed next." Each day is a blank slate. The person you choose to be today is more important than the person you were yesterday. A Stoic reminder: you are not what happened to you, you are what you do next. 3. Release the illusion that justice will fix your pain. Many people hold on to past wounds because they believe justice must be served before they can move on. Whether it's someone who wronged them, an unfair situation, or even fate itself, they believe they cannot find peace until fairness is restored. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In other words, true justice is not external, it is internal. Why this works? The universe does not owe you justice, but you owe yourself peace. Waiting for an apology, karma, or fairness keeps you tied to the past. Moving on is not about weakness, it is about refusing to give power to those who hurt you. How to apply it? Remind yourself, justice is not in my control, but my own peace is. If you are waiting for an apology, stop. Instead of needing someone else's words to heal, choose to heal on your own. Revenge is not necessary. The best way to win is to live well and leave the past behind. A Stoic reminder: justice may never come, but your inner peace does not have to wait for it. 4. Separate what happened from the story. You tell yourself about it. Events happen, but the emotions attached to those events, those come from the stories we tell ourselves about them. Epictetus taught, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgment concerning them." The past does not haunt you, your interpretation of it does. Why this works? If you change the meaning you assign to past events, you change how they affect you. Most suffering is not from the event itself, but from the emotions you've attached to it. When you control the narrative, you control your peace. How to apply it? Write down a painful memory, then write 2 different versions of what it could mean. Choose the version that empowers you. Ask yourself, is this the only way to see this event? The answer is always no. Turn wounds into wisdom. Instead of "I was abandoned," say "I learned self-reliance." A Stoic reminder: the past does not define you, but the story you tell about it does. 5. Use the present to overwrite the past. The best way to make peace with the past. Live so fully in the present that the past loses its power. The Stoics believed that the present moment is the only thing that truly exists. Everything else is just memory or imagination. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. Every second spent dwelling on the past is a second stolen from your life." Why this works? The past cannot be erased, but it can be replaced with better experiences, habits, and choices. When you fully engage with the present, the past fades into the background. Your actions today matter more than your mistakes yesterday. How to apply it? Build a future so strong that the past becomes irrelevant. Whenever your mind drifts to the past, interrupt it by engaging in something meaningful now. Create new experiences that overwrite the old ones. The past is real, but so is your power to create new memories. A Stoic reminder: you can't change the past, but you can outgrow it. 6. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you do. Many people hold on to resentment, believing that forgiving someone means excusing their actions. But the Stoics saw forgiveness differently. It is not about letting the other person off the hook. It is about freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Carrying resentment keeps you emotionally tied to those who hurt you. Forgiveness severs that tie, releasing you from the weight of the past. Why this works? Forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about your own inner peace. Holding on to anger only hurts you, not them. Letting go of resentment allows you to move forward without bitterness. How to apply it? Forgive silently, expect nothing in return. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. Shift your perspective. Instead of "they hurt me," say "I refuse to let them continue affecting me." Understand that forgiveness does not mean forgetting, it means releasing emotional attachment. A Stoic reminder: forgiveness is not weakness, it is reclaiming your peace from those who do not deserve it. 7th, stop glorifying what could have been. One of the most deceptive traps of the past is the illusion of what could have been. Many people hold on to fantasies about a lost opportunity, a failed relationship, or a path not taken. But these are illusions, they never actually existed. Seneca warned, "He who indulges in empty hopes resembles the traveler who puts up at an inn, and instead of leaving his baggage behind, carries it on his shoulders." The more you romanticize what could have been, the more you rob yourself of what is. Why this works? What could have been is an illusion, not reality. You are mourning something that never truly existed. Fantasizing about the past prevents you from seeing the opportunities in front of you. The moment you stop looking backward, you start creating something real. How to apply it? Catch yourself when you start thinking, "if only," and stop immediately. Replace it with, "what can I do now?" Focus on what remains, not what was lost. Your future is built on what you still have, not what is gone. Remind yourself, if something was meant to be, it would have happened. The fact that it didn't mean something else is meant for me. A Stoic reminder: you cannot build a future while clinging to a fantasy of the past. 8. Recognize that your pain is part of your strength. Many people believe that if they could erase their past pain, they would be happier. But the Stoics understood that pain is a sculptor. It shapes resilience, wisdom, and strength. Epictetus taught, "Difficulties are what show men what they are." Therefore, when a difficulty falls upon you, remember that you are being tested. Everything you have been through has strengthened you in ways you do not yet realize. Why this works? Every hardship has made you stronger, wiser, and more capable. The pain of your past prepared you for the challenges ahead. By seeing your past suffering as a tool for growth, you stop feeling like a victim and start feeling like a survivor. How to apply it? List the strengths you gained from past hardships. How did they shape your resilience? When remembering a painful event, ask yourself, what did this teach me that I wouldn't have learned otherwise? Stop wishing for an easier past. Instead, appreciate the strength you built through adversity. A Stoic reminder, you are not broken by your past, you are built by it. 9. Accept that not everything needs closure. Many people stay trapped in the past because they feel they need answers, explanations, or apologies to move on. But closure is an illusion. It is a myth we tell ourselves to justify holding on. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. Things need not touch the soul. You do not need an apology to move on. You do not need to understand why something happened. You just need to decide that it no longer owns you and why this works. Not everything will or should make sense. Some things just happen. The need for closure keeps you waiting for something outside your control. The moment you decide to give yourself closure, you take your power back." How to apply it? If you're waiting for an apology, stop. Your peace should not depend on another person's actions. Accept that not everything will have a clear explanation. Life is not a neatly written story. Some chapters end without resolution. Give yourself permission to move forward without needing all the answers. A Stoic reminder, you do not need closure. You need freedom from the past. 10. Focus on what you can give, not what you've lost. One of the best ways to move beyond the past is to redirect your energy outward. Instead of focusing on what has been taken from you, focus on what you can give to the world. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The time you spend dwelling on the past is time stolen from what you could be building now. Why this works? Focusing on giving and creating shifts attention from past loss to present opportunity. Contribution creates purpose, and purpose dissolves regret. You cannot change the past, but you can build a meaningful future. How to apply it? Find a way to contribute to others. Teaching, mentoring, or creating something of value moves your mind forward. Channel your past into something constructive. Pain can be turned into art, wisdom, or guidance for others. Ask yourself, how can I use what I've learned to help someone else? A Stoic reminder, you cannot change what has happened, but you can decide what you do with it. Final thoughts. The past is only as heavy as you allow it to be. Many people spend their lives dragging the past like a heavy chain, but the Stoics teach us that this weight is self-imposed. The past is not an anchor, it is a lesson. Once learned, you are free to move forward. 10 Stoic steps to make peace with your past. Accept that the past is fixed. Only your perception of it can change. Stop letting the past dictate your present identity. Release the illusion that justice will fix your pain. Separate what happened from the story. You tell yourself about it. Use the present to overwrite the past. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you do. Stop glorifying what could have been. Recognize that your pain is part of your strength. Accept that not everything needs closure. Focus on what you can give, not what you've lost. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. The past is done. The question is, what will you do with the time you have left?